Brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
The UNI Panthers get a 17-10 victory in their first road game of 2024. They go up to St. Thomas in Minneapolis, get the victory. Coach, your Panthers are 2-0 for the first time since 2013. What did you see from your team, offense, defense, special teams, that helped you come away with that W?
Probably resilience is the best word that comes to mind because, you know, we ground that game out. I mean, it was literally and figuratively because it was a closer game than what probably expected, but yet they gave everything they had and played a great game, had a good plan, slowed the game down, tried to make it a one-score game and win it at the end. But in that type of game, you just got to keep your poise to win that type of game.
Coach, let's talk defense. Your Panther defense really seemed to step up time and time again. At the start of the game, you start with a 4-play drive. You get a turnover on downs right out of the gates. Kind of really set the tone defensively for your squad.
We did. That was a big play because they went for it. That's how they went for it. They put it all on the table and they did it right out of the gate. Made a big play, and then came back and made a big run. It was when we dropped the ball in the end zone that we could have got off to a 7-0 start and probably turned the page a lot differently. But that drop ball and then a couple of errors later, jump off sides, kind of became an unravel, and then it became that grind-out football game.
A couple of times, too, St. Thomas's offense had that short field that they were able to start with, and the defense was able to come up with a stand.
They did. We were in some tough spots and got out of them. And credit to the players because you have to have the scheme and the plays to make it and the players to make them. But man, it's the mindset in that situation that you don't give in or lose your head in those situations because that'll create error.
Your defense came up with 2 sacks once again. Zach Meemert with a sack for the UNI Panther defense, and he was in on one in week 1 in the victory here at home. What are you seeing from Meemert defensively so far this year?
He's growing. You got to remember, he didn't play defense in high school. They stuck him out there a couple times, but he wasn't a defensive player. First year with us, he was an offensive player as well, a tight end. We needed a defensive end, so we abruptly moved him over to defense, and now he's playing and he's doing well for us.
You have Ethan Schofield, Jack Krebs also with a sack as well. The pressure that your defensive line is able to create on the quarterback. So what's that doing for the rest of your defense?
Well, the coverage has been good. That's kind of, we've had some coverage sacks. Now we've had some good gut pressures with Carter. Carter's really playing well. Cannon's playing well. We just have to make sure that we find a way to just get the quarterback off point, get him off rhythm, because some of these guys that get on rhythm, if this guy gets on rhythm this weekend, then it's over.
All right, Carter Hewitt, Cannon Butler, the defensive line, they had 8 tackles apiece in that football game up at St. Thomas. Jonathan Cabral Martin, a team-high 13 tackles once again. The whole linebacker core, too. Ben Belkin, 10 tackles. Langenberg flying all over the field as well. What are you seeing from that linebackers group as a whole?
Well, it was a power game. They made it a goal line offense all day long. I mean, we were playing goal line defense all day long because it was just rock and pound it out and beat each other up. And it takes linebackers to make plays, but it takes defensive linemen to get penetration. So that whole unit we've talked about, but it was a correlation of guys working together.
Coach, your Panthers made some plays on special teams as well. Tucker Langenberg, a blocked punt. What did you see on that play, and what have you seen from your special teams units as a whole?
Well, that swung the game. That turned the momentum, and that's what special team does is swing momentum. They got a block on us earlier. We turned and got a block at a critical time and made a play. But that's that resilience I talked about, that you got to be able to shelf what happened that might have been negative, and you got to make those plays going down the stretch, and that's what we did.
All right, plenty more coming up here with Coach Farley. We'll talk offense and a story coming up on Amari Pesic-Hickson. Stay tuned.
The Strategic Play of the Week, brought to you by Strategic Imaging, your one-stop shop for print marketing, signage, apparel, and promotional items.